Man, it's guys, Ryan here, and man, it's Wednesday, and we've already had a week's worth of news, and there's still more coming later this week, I would anticipate. So let's get first into some of the confirmed news that we had over the last day and a half, and then we'll get into what this means. So there's a lot of intertwined stuff, so hopefully you guys will be able to follow along. I'll try and articulate it, and if you guys are still a little lost, don't worry, so am I. All this is going to be done in the form of speculation. For the stuff that's confirmed and announced, I will make sure I specify that, but for the most part, this will be a lot of discussing speculation about other rides. So let's get right into it. First, with Alex Bowman to the Ally 48 Chevrolet Camaro for Hendrick Motorsports. So the answer is official. We do now know who will be driving the 48 next year. The fourth Hendrick car, who knows? There's still a fourth Hendrick car to be filled, and I have a good idea that I think that Larson will be announced within the next day or two to whatever that car is, whether they keep the 88, whether they dump the 88 for the 5, the 25, the 57, other Hendrick numbers that they've used in the past. I would probably anticipate either the 25 or the 25, the 5, or the 57 as being the most likely, because 25, 5 have been cup numbers that Hendrick has used in not super distant memory, including back before they actually acquired the 88 from Dale Jr. Then you've got the 57, which they used in Xfinity and truck competition through the mid 2000s, 2006, 2007, with guys like Kyle Busch and other cup prospects they had at the time, which ended up being, which is also Kyle Larson's sprint car number. So I would almost say that would be my anticipation for the number I would like to see. I think 5 or 25 is a little more likely, but it's Hendrick Motorsports. They can pull a rabbit out their hat. Kind of like what they did a little bit with this Ally and Alex Bowman announcement. I kind of figured that there was a good chance that they were going to move the sponsorship around to basically try and make it so that if they were going to get Larson, that he would go to a majority unsponsored car, basically so they have to agree with many fewer partners to actually get a full season's worth of racing out of him, because having to convince Ally to do a full season of Larson sponsorship could be a little tougher. Convincing Exalta to do 3 races of his sponsorship, and I think he has like one Cincinnati, which does like 2 races. So convincing 2 partners to do a total of 5 races, and then the rest being unfunded, or that NOCO or whatever it is, which is essentially a Chevy partner that Hendrick was able to pull because of his strong manufacturer ties. So yeah, I would anticipate Kyle Larson being announced within the next day or two to that ride. But Alex Bowman to the 48 was not the only news announcement we got this week. We also had it confirmed only a few hours ago, as of the time I'm recording this video. Daniel Suarez will be going to the Team Trackhouse number 99 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1LE, or whatever they call it now, the number 99 Chevy. So this is a new team that kind of got overshadowed in the Denny Hamlin rumors and announcement and Toyota rumors around Bubba Wallace, but they were another new team joining the Cup Series this coming year, with help from Justin Marks, a former NASCAR Cup Series driver. So that's where this car is coming from. They're going to be using one of Spire Motorsports' 2 charters, but Spire also got one from Rick Ware. So essentially, this is a Rick Ware charter, essentially, going towards this one. A lot of stuff going around there. I'm not in these meetings, so I don't really know exactly how it goes, but essentially you're losing one Rick Ware car for the full season for this Trackhouse number 99 Chevy. I would expect an RCR alliance if it hasn't already been confirmed, and we know Daniel Suarez will be the driver. So, I mean, it's not. It certainly isn't an upgrade. I would say. I'd almost say it's a pretty significant downgrade from where he is this year. But of course, he had already announced he wasn't going to stay where he was. So I don't know where he'll go after this, but I'm not anticipating the numbers are going to be any better here. So whether he decides that he likes the way he runs this year or not, I guess will really heavily depend on what happens with him the rest of his career. But then this kind of opens up, because I kind of thought for a while that Suarez would be going to the 43 because of his because he is a diversity group that and with Richard Petty Motorsports, they've been very driven to helping promote diversity with Bubba Wallace, with a Cuban-American driver named Eric Almirola a few years ago as well. They have a history of trying to help with minorities, especially minorities that have some funding like Eric Almirola definitely help. This time, I'm not really sure who their driver is going to end up being. I would almost anticipate a Dillon going to that ride just because his grandfather has a fair amount of money. I would say he's earned staying in a Cup ride, and the 43 is certainly not a top Cup ride, so I would say that would not be a bad. Well, I would say I don't think that's an unjustified partnership. Dillon is certainly, I think, he's shown himself to be at least worthy of the Cup ride, especially when you factor in that he's got the money behind him to help him stay there. And the fact that if you look down to the Xfinity program, there really isn't going to be, to my knowledge, a full-time driver there. I'm hoping that they'll announce something here pretty soon about at least one, maybe two full-time drivers, Gralla and or Alfredo. I'd love to see both those guys get full-time rides, but again, that fills up more and more slots that would be for Dillon. And with them being a RCR affiliate, that would be a very easy place for Dillon to slot in to stay in the Cup Series. Only other place I could really see him fitting would be the 00, but I really don't. I think Quinn Halfett will probably end up staying there. So yeah, a lot of moving parts around here with the news about the 99 now. I quite like seeing the 99 back in Cup. At that team, you got. But along with this announcement, so that will be a one-car team. So you got a pretty solid grid, at least for not a whole lot of these small teams taking up 4 or 5 slots like Rick Ware does every week. You've got one Trackhouse car. You've got one Denny Hamlin Racing car. You've got one Richard Petty Motorsports car, one Starcom car, 2 Spire cars. Only about, I think, 2 or 3 I think it's 2 Rick Ware cars for the full season. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty well balanced back half the field for diversity's sake. So when the next gen car comes in, we could have a very strong grid. Anytime we see a new team joining NASCAR and really looking like, I think they want to try and be competitive as much as they can. I mean, picking up Daniel Suarez is better than signing either not ever mentioning a full-time driver or going and picking up, say, a J.J. Ailey who's well past his prime. Doing something like this at least inspires to me that they are hoping to be semi-competitive. So once again, this could end up being another team that is going to try and really make it their stand next year when the next gen car comes in 2022. But 2021, they're going to be getting their foothold in. I would expect 25th-ish place results on average for that car, maybe worse, just because that's how it is. But at least for Suarez's sake, he won't miss the Daytona 500 next year, unlike this year. So, yeah, that's pretty much, I think that's all the news we've had so far. So, Bowman to the 48. We now know where Suarez will be going. But the big question marks now lie as Dillon, and some of the guys we haven't mentioned yet. Eric Jones, we still don't know exactly where he's going. I'm thinking if Larson to the 48 or Larson to the 88 or whatever extra car that ends up being gets confirmed, then we'll see Eric Jones pretty soon after announce something, probably a JTG Doherty racing car, which would leave Ryan Preece out of a ride, which would be a bummer. Matt DiBenedetto, hoping to hear an announcement from him sooner rather than later, because this is killing me just waiting to find out where DiBenedetto will be racing. But other than that, that should be pretty much everything. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys are new, so you guys never miss an episode. I try and do these videos multiple times a week. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next video, live stream, or whatever you guys decide to do with the rest of your day. Have a great day, everybody. Goodbye.